What's up, everybody? Here we are, the after show, but later, episode number 330. It's your boys D and Luis Cortez Jr. We are here for another live episode. And right now, when I was talking, I go, oh man, my buddy hit me up earlier and he was like, hey, what's the theme for today? So what's behind you? Is it Magic City? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, bro, I got a little bit of everything. I got my America shirt for USA all day. I got my little leprechaun shit going on because we're every March, and then the Dodgers, you already know. And yeah, bro, it's a hot topic right now. You know what I mean? My birthday's around the corner. I want some big booty hoes. I think they got them at Magic City, and
I've
it's been
heard.
on the news with the sports. So and the wings are good, right? That's so they say.
You know what, though? You know what I've heard about the wings is that you have to get the lemon pepper, like dry rub or something. Dog, I don't get down with dry rub for wings. I like my shit. I even order them extra wet when I order them. So I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to have to go to try the wings one day. Maybe a CNR trip. You know what I'm saying?
Meet up.
Meet up,
When
meet
they go
up.
on tour, right? They go on tour. Hopefully, when they go up there, we can set up a meet and greet event there at the world famous chicken wings at Magic City.
Yeah. So, first of all, I want to welcome a couple of people we have right here in the chat, the live chat, Magical Mexican and Andrew Sims. Andrew Sims was gone for a minute, but for reasons he had told me, so I wasn't worried when I saw him missing. I would have been worried if I didn't. Magical Mexican, I got a quick story about him. So this past weekend, I went and I saw Sam Tripoli. If you guys know comedy or even conspiracies, he's real big in that, in both worlds, really. And it was funny because my buddy Luis came down. I was like, dog, if you come down, I was like, I got your ticket, and then we'll roll. And he was like, cool. So then, the Fournier is here. Oh, I just remembered, Fournier. I haven't answered your message, but I will address. I'll address. I'll get back to your message. But yeah. Anyway, and then, so I told my buddy, hey, come out. If you drive down, I'll get your ticket. We'll go see Sam Tripoli. He's like, cool. I talked to Magical Mexican. Magical Mexican's like, dog, are you going to that Sam Tripoli show? Because he's here in town. I was like, I'm going. I was like, dog, grab your ticket. We'll go. We got this, right? And so anyway, we're there. We're chilling for a minute. The openers go on. And I say something. We're talking about the show, about this show. And Magical Mexican mentioned a comment where he had said, I can't wait to see Metallica in the spring or something or whatever. And I said, can't wait to see Melody. And so we were talking about that joke, about that comment. And I was like, oh yeah, I messed up. I try to glance over at the feedback as I'm, so I mess up sometimes. And he was like, yeah. And then my buddy Luis goes, oh, that's Magical Mexican? And I was like, yeah, dog, Magical Mexican, meet Luis, So it was cool because I always say like when I see people's name in the chat, unless I know that they're cool with me saying their name, I just like to use their username, right? And so I'm like, hey, if that isn't anonymity, then I don't know what is. If we're sitting right next to him and my best friend in the world is like, oh, that's him, after we've been kicking it for like 45 minutes, So Magical Mexican, thanks for going with me to that show. It was such a good time. We'll talk about that later, but Magic City, yeah, dog. So I don't know where you want to get started, if it's straight with Magic City or where you want to go, but I'm up for anything today.
Isn't that funny how like a lot of people even on CNR are related to their handle name or their screen name or whatever. Like mine's Luis Cortez Jr. because when I was setting up my account, at first I couldn't chat or it was limited, I think, because you weren't like signed in or whatever. So I had to create one and I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. So I just go in there and I don't know if it said like screen name or what. I just
Yeah.
thought it said name, whatever, and didn't realize that was like gonna be my name, I guess, to the public. So I just put my name and shit, and then
Yeah.
that's really how it came to be. And I think a lot of people have that. It's funny, not only like I've seen on FSR,
Yeah.
on CNR, other shit I follow where you can see people who are like weird ass names. You're like, I don't think they realized what was going on either.
Yeah. Well, it used to be like your channel name or something about like your, or it was like attached to like your Google account or something. So it said like your name. So if you had it like I had the after show but later for years, it just said the after show but later. Now it says at after show BL. So I think a lot of people just were relying on it to say whatever it said on Google. And then, Doug, I'm probably the most Americanized Mexican you'll ever meet. But when I do sound Mexican as hell, dog, is when I try to say the word Google. I can't help, dog, but my you know how they say like people have arachnophobia and stuff from like ancestors like thousands of years ago, like being eaten alive by spiders and shit, dog. It's like I'm as American as apple pie. And then I say Google, dog, and you're like, there's something in there, dog. Something way
Se te
bad.
salió.
Yeah.
Se te salió.
You know, like it's like Google. Oh man. It's like that's when ice is like, You know, like when your dog goes, you know?
Get him.
Dog, that's where I'm like, yeah, you know, I could be dog, I could be in an important ass meeting with some important people, you know, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I think we should probably look at the third quarter's numbers and let me bring up Google. Oh fuck, I'm found out. Dog. But yeah, man, I don't even know how we got caught on Google. How do we get caught? What were we doing?
Just by screen names and how you're funny in real life.
I still remember, dog, when I first met you at Wes and Bree's house. I was like, that's Luis Cortez Jr., dog. You've been like a little like red L for the last 6 months, dog. Like I had only seen you as the little red, like little avatar that had an L on it. And I was like, oh, that's the dude. So so all you guys.
It's funny you say that because I think that's why I went. I'm like, I should probably put a picture or something around there, and that's how I actually got a picture.
yeah, and so yeah, it's funny though because like, especially if you see like the people with their full names, I'm like, yeah, like you, Andrew, both Drews right here, Lisa, like it has your name, so I'm like, sometimes maybe you don't want your comment attached to. So if I see something that could be a little controversial, I might say somebody said, you know, I might say, you know, something like that. But I try to keep it classy here, you know, just as much as we can.
I'm glad I didn't go with my screen name, Chief Longhorn, because that would have been weird. that would have been my account name.
Well, I look on Instagram. I'm like, who the hell is Lucifer69 or whatever the hell, dog? And I'm like, oh wait, hold on, okay,
it's the same guy.
Same guy.
Yo,
Chief Longhorn.
I guess big news right now, or in CNR world, was the big 5-0, right, for Señor Hortensia and Big Steve, bro. Sounds like it was a hell of a party. Man, I think it was such a feel-good story, bro. Like, I think I called my mom over the weekend. I'm like, yo, how long you guys been married? Because, like, the homie's parents are, like, celebrating 50 years, and my mom, they're at 43. So I'm like, that's old school food. Like, I don't really know too many people, or, like, even, like, when I heard them, I'm like, shit, hopefully your parents. But it's few and far between now, and people die or divorce and you know, whatever. But it's for them, I think it was beautiful. Like, the pictures, the memories they made. I think sounded like he was probably the only one who didn't go, and obviously the famous Layla. But other than that, I think everybody was there. Like for those of you who joined on the Behind the Velvet Rope, I didn't get to catch it live. I tried to watch it on delay, but audio was caca, so I didn't even watch it. But
same.
Just the pictures and videos that they were sharing on, it was Monday, right, on the recap, and I think the cherry on top. We always give Rich a hard time, but for him to show up, bring his family and the walk really cool. And the kids and all that, what a great time, and the spot looked legit. And the mariachi, and I knew Covino was gonna probably be stressing out and stuff. It was funny to hear him say Jordan was like, "Hey, you need to chill, right?" But I think if we all know Steve, that's what Steve does. But man, what a great time, bro! And congratulations to them, and what a feel good story for them and anyone who's participated.
No, 100%. I thought it looked like a really good time. I thought it was just so cool when some of the things I had was like how they loved to hold on, let me rewind. See, dog, that's again when I sound Mexican, when I start tripping over my words. Let me rewind. Okay. So to see that they love to do karaoke, they love to play like their games, they love to do, and dog, they have such a big family that the kids alone, there's 5 of them, right? And then Steve and Hortensia, and then Aunt Googie, and then the kids, and then dog, it was probably like a mini Covino and Rich convention. I think it was like a flashback, Sackman69, yeah, Covino's freaking AOL, but yeah, just to see everything, dog, and I'm like, it trips me out because like my mom, she's never been on a plane. She's very Joe-ish, right? Where she's like, she doesn't travel, But I think if we were having something like that where it was like a 50th anniversary for somebody or something, I think we could get her on a plane. But Joe's like, nah, Steve, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this, 25-mile radius or whatever. I'm just like, that's crazy to me, dog. That he would miss out on such I'm not a world traveler, right? But I travel throughout the United States. I can't imagine, dog. Like, I just feel like it's so cool when you see new places and you see the way people live and you're like, oh man, there's a bunch of hillbillies in this town. Damn, if I lived here, I would have to be with some girl missing her teeth and fucking, like it's just, you saw a lot of dirt, like when we were traveling, throughout the country, we hit a lot of those towns. And you're just like, oh shit, dog, man, if I was here, I'd be the fucking Brad Pitt, I'm like, fuck, I should have moved here in high school, dog. I'd have been slinging all the ass, but it just, yeah, I don't even know how I got on that from the celebration of their 50 years, dog.
It's my background probably.
Probably, dog. It's subliminally just talking to me every time I see it. It was good Uncle Joe stayed home, though, because he did Mr. Covino's route. Oh,
Yeah, so
he did
Steve
his route for him.
delivers something. Yeah, I mean, Lisa, I get it, but that's a bad out. Like if there's ever a time to miss that or tell your customers or hire a third party, it's that time. It was literally a once in a lifetime. To Cavino's point, I hope they do it more often.
That
It
would be
kind of
cool.
inspired me to start thinking like, who knows if my parents will make it to 50. I hope they do, but I'm like, hey, we
Yeah.
should probably do something next year or 45. I know because that's even a big deal then, but I mean, you just can't, dude. I mean, that for me, that's one of the lifetime. And I think what really hit home with me, like, that's what I remember, like, growing up at my pad when I was a kid. Not for just a normal, like, Saturday at my grandma's house. Like, everyone, their mom, Hispanics at least, I think everyone has that. Like, when she passed away, we lost that. Like, she was the matriarch. Everyone, no matter what it was, Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, whatever, like, oh, we're going to Abuelita's house, right? And all
Yeah.
your primos were, all your uncles, everybody was there. Everyone lived close then. So, it was cool, but man, it was just a feel good story, and I guess the like Cavino says, always drama there, right? And I'm not gonna get into it because his daughter, but the shit with Melody, like fuck, man, that sucks, right? Like it had something had to kill it for him and shit,
Yeah.
and I felt bad. I'm like, fuck, I brought that into the world because I was the one saying, yo, I wonder if she's gonna bring that little food to Sick New World and like choose him over Cavino and shit if they even come, and I'm like, nah, now they're broke up and shit, but I hit that fool up. I'm like, let me know where he lives, so I know somebody will take care of this shit.
For real, dog. No, it's just it sucks because it's like there's always something that, but overall, I think overall is a good experience. Yeah, that little damper in it, and it sucks because Cavino, like Rich was saying, like no, like remember how it is to like have like your first heartbreak and all that. Cavino's like, yeah, I understand all that. What I didn't like is the way she was talking to me. Now that was the
Yeah.
big thing. So I'm like, I completely get that, dog. Because I'm like, you know, um, I'm like, I've been through some shit and I've never taken it out on my parents. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been through some shit, And I'm like, dog, I just can't imagine being like, you don't under. But then again, dog, I'm not a woman, so I'm not saying they're dramatic or nothing. Dog, with my 9-year-old going on 19, dog, fuck, dog, it's hitting me
Hey,
hard right now, dog. Like, oh, I'm just so stressed. I'm like, bitch, I've been stressed for fucking months, like,
hey,
like,
with that being said, happy International Women's Day to all you
is it
beautiful ladies
really?
out there. Oh, it was Sunday,
Yeah.
Monday, or yesterday, or day before yesterday. Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess the sentiment is there. We want to say thank you to all you beautiful women and girls out there who are making a difference and are coming up the ranks. It's been a man-dominated industry, world in industry for a long time. So appreciate you women out there and girl power.
Girl power. You know what? I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about it was Joe List. He's a comedian and he was talking about his wife or an ex or something. And he was saying how she's like saying, you don't understand women. He's like, well, if you think about it, he's like, you only know one woman. He's like, you, like, as far as being in a relationship with, he's like, I've been in a relationship with a number of women. So if we're talking about understanding a woman in a relationship, I probably know more than you. And I was like, that's a good point. But yeah, so Joe List cracks me up. I like that dude. Let me see. It was, okay, keep it professional, blah, 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 blah. I'd be
Lisa said if she didn't use her
I
real
saw
name,
that.
she'd be more snippy.
Oh, and then real just going back to the top of the chat where Magical Mexican said he goes, did Sam Tripoli have a powdery nose or was I seeing things, Doug? I didn't catch that. So if he did, I mean, I don't think he did, but who knows? So yeah, I just wanted to address that. I'm not sure.
Saca la bolsita.
But you know what though? Um, what do you call it? What was I going to tell you? The other.
About powdery nose.
So Doc, so he had there's this point in the show where he's talking about people with Down syndrome being like superheroes and stuff because he's like talking about how there's one dude with like Down syndrome that just passed the freaking bar exam to become a lawyer. And he was like, Kim Kardashian has taken it 16 times and hasn't passed it once. And there's this dude with Down syndrome that just passed the bar exam. So he's talking about all these different people with Down syndrome. That he's like, there's hot Downs now. He's like, there's this, there's that. And so he was like, at the end of the show, he's like, oh yeah, I got some shirts or whatever. He's like, I got my normal like Sam Tripoli one. He's like, and then I have a secret shirt. He's like, but don't look at it until you leave. Doc, this shirt has a bunch of people with Down syndrome being like superheroes and shit. And I was just like, all right, well, I can't wear this anywhere. And then my buddy Luis is like, he's like, I wonder if I could wear this on like a Friday. I'm like, dog, you are ridiculous if you're going to wear that shit to work. I'm like, I don't even think I can wear that anywhere. So, yeah.
That sounds like a HR hot button if I know one and shit.
Yeah. But anyway, Doug, what else happened besides that? They
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna make it up.
No. I think it's your wife. I thought I saw her post some shit and it looked all depressing and shit. And I'm like, oh fuck, what happened and shit. But the new studio or something for your cheer stuff. And I was like, damn, bro, like the way it was titled and she started. I'm like, oh fuck, like what's happening here? Like, she got. I think that's what she was going for, and she got. I didn't want to comment, but she got my ass. I was like, oh fuck, and I'm like, no, wait, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I heard the good news that bigger, cooler studio sounds like more classes, more kids, all that shit. So yeah, congrats to you guys and to her, and
for sure, dog,
but
for
she
sure,
scared the shit out of me for sure.
It's it's a big move. It's been a lot of extra hours after work and weekends to get it all prepped and everything. And dog, I have never been so freaking sore in my whole life with I was by 15 feet. So I was on a 16-foot ladder hanging it, right? Going up and down that ladder by myself. So I'm like trying to make sure it's even and whatever, dog. I've never been so sore in my whole life. My whole fucking body sore. Just trying to get that place ready. Oh my goodness, dog. It's just like, oh man. It's cool. But yeah, she did get a lot of feedback from that where people were like, oh man, like even her best friend had commented on like Facebook and was like, girl, you had me tripping over here, like, because she was like, oh, after this many years, like, we're gonna be closing our doors. And then she's like, so open a new one, like or whatever.
Some Bob Barker shit.
Yeah.
A new car.
Yeah. And I was just like, all right, dog. I was like, that's cool. She's super excited though. So she's gonna have her grand opening in a few weeks, and then Lexi and Dylan from that Netflix show Cheer are gonna come down, and then she's become friendly with them and had them do a few events for her and stuff. So that's really cool. We'll have them come down for like the grand opening, and then I think tonight's the first night that she's actually gonna hold classes there, even though she hasn't had like her grand opening. So yeah, we were actually on lunch, I had gone over to go do some shit. And yeah, it was just like, all right, well, tonight's the big night that people are going to come. And because nobody even knows like the address or nothing as of right now. So yeah, I think me and my daughter might go take her like a little, like a cake or something, or a fucking cupcake or some shit, just, it's not the grand opening, but just like hey, it's your first date type of shit, So
yeah, man, and congratulations. I'm sure a lot of hard work and sweat and tears for you guys, but hopefully big and better things to come, obviously, with that. So
yeah, it's fucking bad, dog. It's this new one, dog, is fucking bad. It's cool. It's like before it was like and I'll make it quick because I know nobody gives a fuck. But before it was like a building that had like basically like a bunch of, it was basically like a warehouse, I would say, that had like an office and shit like that, and that's where the gym was. This one, it's the entire building, and it's like it's fucking gigantic. It's bad, dog. It's so bad. So yeah, big things are coming for that. So exciting, a lot of work, a lot of pressure. As if I don't need more things to do. I have now a laundry list of things to do, which I can't complain, dog. All good problems. Thanks, Magical Mexican. He said, "Congrats to you and your lady." Dog. I do manual work there, but it's her growing the business from the start. So I might be fixing toilets and fucking what all that, but it's all her. So congrats to
Hey man,
her.
nothing good comes for free, dog. You got to earn it nowadays, and
Yeah,
obviously there's work to be done, and it sounds like you guys are doing it. And
yeah,
yeah, let me know, bro. I know people, mechanically and kind. If you know need something,
Doug.
whatever, we got vendors and stuff we deal with. Sometimes we get a little discount here and there for whatever. So whatever
Appreciate
we
it.
can do to
I
help.
really, really
Hell yeah,
appreciate
man.
it. I wish
Takes a village.
I wish you could have had somebody fucking up on those ladders, dog. Cause I'm afraid of heights, dog. Cause my big ass is like, oh
I can
shit,
imagine your big ass with it.
dog.
Oh.
My big ass on a 16-foot ladder at the top of it because I was like,
On the do not step.
Doug, no lie, it was like one of those like not even like the A-frame ones, like the ones that like you
Yeah,
unclick it and it goes like longer. So, dog,
center ladder.
I'm on the second half going, man, this shit said weight limit 200 pounds. I'm like, so they're saying Rich would be careful to like fall on this shit. And I was way up there, dog. I had tied it to like the nearest like fucking pole,
Uh,
or I was like, all right, dog, at least if it starts to go down, I'll just hold on to it and I'll stay up here. But a lot of scary moments. Yeah,
yeah,
but fun stuff,
I'm a
dog.
s- I'm a safety guy in the trade
Extension
too, so
ladder. Thank you, Andrew.
I would have been like, hey man, that's a violation right there, dog.
Dog, you should have seen my ass up. There were so many violations, dog. OSHA would have came and just slapped me on the fucking, slapped me on
I'm
the
gonna
ass. So yeah, it
Yo,
was it
I
was
don't know if you
crazy
got much, but if you want to keep it going, I don't know what
for
you're
sure.
working with over there, but I just wanted to connect a couple of the dots for CNR today. Cavino and Rich did a little bit, and I think Cavino talked about it last week. And I just pulled up a Wayne Gretzky thing. He used to say 100% of the shots you miss are the ones you don't take, right? And I
Yeah,
think that kind of ties into Cavino. He gave us an update today about potentially his boss is talking to him about the money or a full-time job. He didn't get into details, but I know that was a subject last week where he was like, "Hey, should I say something or not about a potential full-time gig?" And I believe that in my industry too, bro. If you don't, if you're not asking for it or saying something, they're not gonna give it to you, bro. Like that's just the way the industry works. Like
yeah.
they don't want if you're not pushing, they're not gonna push. And then today I thought it was funny when he was talking about the CD or the platinum record, and all of a sudden they call this fool, and it sounds like he might be getting it after all. So I'm like, yeah, bro. You see, if they wouldn't have called and he wouldn't have said something, who knows what that would have been at? And hopefully now it sounds like homeboy finds it, he'll be able to get it. But he did say he had a bunch of them, so hopefully they can work something out. Because that's so badass, and that was so sad to hear. As like a music fan, like I can't believe people would like. To me, I would like I would cherish that, bro. And they were just so I don't know. I guess they didn't care whatever to the point they just left them there, and this fool picked them all up, which is
Platinum records
kind of
too, dog.
shocking to hear. I don't know if they have like a physical value to them, but no matter just the spiritual and like the fact that and at least for Kavino, the Godsmack one that he was part of one, it'd be good to have, and hopefully he can rock it or show it to us. I think that'd be fun
Yeah,
to do a little behind the rope or a little unveiling when he
dog.
gets it,
Even
hopefully.
if I didn't have any emotional attachment to it, I would still like want it because, dog, I'm like, it's a platinum record from Godsmack. Like even if you didn't have an emotional attachment, just being like a music person, I'm like that'd be so dope, dog. Just to have like that platinum record in your office or whatever. I'm like that'd be dope. Like, oh yeah, I got this from SiriusXM or dope. The thing that made me laugh is that one time they had said that whenever they do those platinum records before they put them in the little case and all that, they actually will get like an old ass record and then like spray paint it or whatever the fuck they do to do it. So though each one of those like platinum records are actually like the Four Tops, the Jackson 5, Blame It on the Boogie or whatever, And so like if you actually play it on a record, pull it out of the thing, they're actually records that are like they were gonna discard and they were just like, all right, you know what? Let's don't throw it away. Let's turn it into Godsmack's platinum.
Yo, I guess that quote's pretty famous. AJ saying it was our little giants, I think, and Yeah, I guess it wasn't Wayne Gretzky. It was the famous Michael Scott who said that from from The Office. But yeah, the call was a little weird. I feel like it came out of the blue, and Camino didn't want it, and Rich like, oh, I'll do it, and like did it, and then I can't believe that everyone had to be like, do not say money, and I'm glad that Spot kept saying it, like, do not say you're gonna buy it, bro. Like,
Spot was
just
even
save
putting it in
it.
the chat. He was
Yeah,
like, "Don't
like
ask for money,
if he goes there, then yeah,
or
okay,
don't
but
say you're
like.
gonna give money."
Yeah, bro, like he didn't pay for it. Like, what does he get out of it? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm kind of stingy when it
I
comes
kind
to
of
like that,
think,
but like,
Fournier is right. He says now Rich is gonna tell people that he asked that dude for Covino. That's how the story is gonna morph, right? It's a
yeah,
caterpillar, right? When it becomes a butterfly, the story is gonna be, yeah. So I called our friend for Covino, like dog, yeah, 100%. Oh my goodness. Let me see what else was there. There was the call. There was, oh, you know what? There was one they had. I think it was because Covino's dad bought these glasses that are supposed to make you see clear, up front and clear far away. And he was like, $53. And then he was like, they had asked the question, what are some things that you spent money on that were good moves or that were whack? And I was trying to think of like as seen on TV things and shit like that. I was like, I wonder. I have a good one now that I'm talking it out. But are there any that you bought that you thought, hey, this was a good deal, or I got completely gypped? And let us
I
know in the
I
chat
don't
too.
I don't really buy too much stuff like that, but I think the first one and it was kind of crazy. I have a dog and he's a freaking hairy dog, and so it's like he sheds. I feel like almost all the time. So it was just like everywhere. So at first I was hesitant to buy like a Roomba, but A because they were expensive, and B I'm like this shit's not gonna work. And then I had seen a lot of horror videos of like if your dog has an accident where like it'll smear the poop or the pee and my dog's house trained and he has a door to go in and out, but you just never know. I'm like, bro, I'd hate to come home and just like
For
just
real.
and so that was one I bought on a whim because like I think it came out like a commercial. I'm like the way so like if you're not home or control it from whenever you're not, because I travel and stuff. I'm like, yo, that'd be kind of cool to have. And so that was what triggered me in some kind of infomercial or whatever, and I bought it, but it was worth it. I bought a cheap one first, like a lot of time ago, then I actually invested in a real nice one now. But that was one of the ones that I can think of.
Dog, you know what I still want that I saw like on a commercial in like 94 where these kind of like they're not curtains, but kind of for like your back door, but they have magnets. So like when you're walking
Yeah,
through, they'll have like a lady with like hot dogs and shit like walking out and she like pushes through it and then they'll magnet back together to keep like the flies and shit out. Dog, I
yep.
always see those, especially like if I'm doing shit like in my backyard or something. I'm like, and I'm in and out like 50 times rather than like moving the sliding glass door back and forth. I'm like, oh, I could just be just like that, like 45-year-old white lady in that commercial. And I'm sure they still make them, So I'm like, I want to give me some of those.
They actually do work. The homie has some. I don't have one in my house, but they are nice and they do work.
Yeah. One thing that I will vouch for until the day I die is that freaking Esteban guitar. Do you remember that dude used to go on like QVC or like HSN or whatever? That dude, he wore a black hat and he would play classical music and he would sell the guitar for like $100. You don't remember
Nah,
this dude? Oh
nah,
my
bro.
good dog. So there was this dude named Esteban, right? And he was a white guy, dog, but he looked like he was like a Spaniard and shit, right? He'd come out on these like QVC and shit where they sell you shit. And he would be like, "Oh, this is a solid spruce top, acoustic guitar." And then he came out with the acoustic electric. But I got the original one that he had sold. It was like $100. And I remember, I'm like, dog, my parents didn't have flow growing up. And I remember being like, I must have been like seventh grade. I'm like, please, get me this guitar. And then there they go. They got me that guitar, dog. And that was a solid ass guitar. No lie, dog. It was a really well like put together, like he said, solid spruce top. It was very good guitar, dog. It was very underpriced for what you got because it came with like a gig bag and like picks and all an extra set of strings. They weren't Ernie Ball or nothing, but they were some strings, and you got a whole little pack, a little starter pack for you when you were like 12. And I till this day I would buy one off of Amazon or some shit if the dude's still live selling them.
I guess another thing I got recently that's been solid that I actually bought two and they're like easy. Like if anyone has like right now that it's nice before it gets really hot out here, like I leave the door open. I have a spring door open and I'll have a window open and then I like the house to kind of be dark. So there's flies and mosquitoes that come in. And so then, like I hate mosquitoes and flies. So it's called Catchy. I mean, I've done everything, bro. For a while, I battled these. I know, bro. I battled these mosquitoes for like 3 weeks, bro.
I
I was
gotta
getting
give
bit every
myself a
night.
catchy.
Yeah, I bought candles. I had spray. I had the little sticky things, and these fools are winning the battle. So eventually, I'm like, I need to buy some shit. And I went on Amazon, and like, it looks like a little boombox speaker, but it has a suction fan, and it
Yes.
has that little crazy blue light in it that attracts them. So when they get close, they get sucked in, and at the bottom there's like a little sticky mat, like a trap almost. So
Oh,
they get stuck in there, bro. And then you could just like empty it out and replace it. You just replace the sticker. That thing is solid, bro. 10 out of 10. I mean, it works the whole room and even
do
the
you
whole
ever
house,
do you
especially
ever
when
hear
it's
them
dark.
crying when they're like starving to death and shit, dog?
Ah, suckame.
They're Mexican flies, dog.
Yeah, for real. I even took one to Mexico food because like over there's a bunch of mosquitoes and flies, especially at night, bro. She's annoying. Like,
Yeah.
so I have a mosquito net over there. I have the whole works over there. I bought one over there, bro. I swear that should be working overtime. Just like loading it up. And
Dog,
those
you
things,
see the
you can see
catchy
some
go like this?
dinosaurs on there.
Fuck. The catchy's all tired, dog.
Putting in that OT, homie.
Oh my goodness, poor
Well, that's
catchy.
about it, fool.
Oh,
And
catchy. What else was there? Dog, I was so pissed. Oh, you know what? There were some cool things. I wanted to do, and I had a graphic for it, just couldn't get it, in the nick of time. Dog, now I'm having to do the show an hour earlier because of time change. Even though we don't change, I'm trying to keep it all consistent with California and, Vegas and all that. So I'm trying to keep it consistent with Pacific Standard Time. So now, instead of doing the show at 7, I do it at 6. Dog, between 5 and 6, me getting off of work, picking up my daughter from dance, getting here, and trying to throw these graphics together. I was like, in the nick of time, trying to get it. Almost had it. I saw you, Doug. You jumped on the call, and you were just like, all right, I'll let him do his thing. I almost had it, but I didn't. So one thing that I would like to do, maybe even, because they did it was like Chuck Norris's birthday or something. So Lisa said, you don't change? No, we're the same time every day or all year long. We have to adjust to everybody else. So like if I'm gonna give Luis a call, I'm like, oh shit, it's 8 here. I'm walking into my office, but I know it's 7 where he's at. Or now I'm like this part of the year, it's the same time of year. So I always got to be conscious of people, especially we got family all over the country. And which Cavino and Rich always say that people on the East Coast aren't conscious of everybody else. Being in Arizona that we don't change, I try to be conscious of everybody else. Let me see. Andrew Fournier said that on my way home. I think it's the after show, but later night. Let me see. I usually go for a walk during the show. Weird that the sun is still out. I'm glad we can entertain you, Magical Mexican, while you're going for your walk. Yeah, and it's, you know what though, it's just weird because I heard that recently they were gonna get rid of the daylight savings time or some shit, and they didn't. So I was like, oh cool, everybody's just gonna stay the same all year. Then they didn't. But anyway, back to that it was like Chuck Norris's birthday, so they started dropping all of these Chuck Norris isms from like 05, 06. And Doug, I remember I had 2 posters when I was like probably a senior in high school that said like all those Chuck Norris things where it's like Chuck Norris doesn't, do push-ups. He pushes the world down and all shit like that. Like when Chuck Norris came back from the Virgin Islands, they were just called the Islands. And Doug, there was some I was trying to think of. I was like, what would be some like Chuck Norris isms that are Cavino and Rich related, So one that I thought of, I put it in the chat and they didn't show no love to it because they didn't like it, but fuck you guys. I'm going to say it here. So we're still going to hear it. I said, Chuck Norris doesn't wear a laser hair helmet. A laser hair helmet wears Chuck Norris. All right. That's my Cavino and Rich one. If you guys have any Cavino and Rich one related, I mean, we can put it, What? Hey, Chuck Norris isn't heteroflexible. Heteroflexible is Chuck Norris, right? I mean, there's so many that could be Covino and Rich related. So let me know if you guys have any, because I'm trying. I was trying to think of some, because I was like, what could we do? I even wanted to start like a little thread on the Carl page, and I still might, and just so we could see if there's any that are. Let me see. Maybe
Something with a hair gel, like Chuck Norris doesn't only wear hair gel; he wears Suavecito or something.
or something. Suavecito wears Chuck Norris, or some shit
There
about
you
like
go.
Patty the Possum, or some shit. There's got to be some in there, dog, that we can't.
Or
We're not
gardening.
thinking of,
Yeah,
right?
something with gardening.
Gardening. Yeah, I don't know, dog. I can't think of any.
You know
right now.
what's crazy? Everyone's like on the time zone thing. Like I run a couple territories, so it's like Nevada, California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas.
Uh,
And like even on Outlook, bro, it's so easy to get confused because if the person sends it to you on their time zone and it's not set on yours. I've been 1 hour late to meetings, not anymore, but I used to show up 1 hour early before. I'm like, yo, what's everybody at? What the fuck?
yeah,
And they're like, oh, bro, you're like, what do you mean? It's only like 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. Like, I'm on the wrong time zone. And I always have to calculate for that because, like, East Coast stuff. So right now, I think, like, Texas is still 2 hours instead of three
yeah,
or one instead of two, I think. But right now, we're back on the same time zone. Even my mom, bro, because she's in Arizona, she'd be calling, like, Mom, it's early as fuck. Or, like, Mom, it's
yeah,
late as fuck. Like, what you want? And shit. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, Mio, I forgot. I'm like,
yeah.
but I did remember they were talking about, I think they got caught in Congress or some bullshit in government where like, oh, they were fighting into whatever or it had to get pushed. But that's just old school. From what I understand, it was like that for the whole farmer days and all that, right? And they wanted more time for sun or whatever. Like, bro, we don't even do that shit no more. It's all robots and shit. Like, but we'll see, I guess, because it does kind of like right now it's cool, but I think a lot of us hate it when it goes what spring forward or fall back, whatever, because it gets dark quick. Oh, you don't know, fool. It's like
Uh,
4 p.m. and you're like, damn, bro, it's late. That's when you're like, I'm just gonna go to sleep and shit.
yeah.
So I'm thankful. I do appreciate this time better than when we fall back, I
So
think.
what happened? Did you guys? I'm sure if I think long enough, I can figure it out. But did you have to? Did you
We
like lose
lose
an
an hour, I
hour?
think. Yeah, I think we lost
So
an hour.
instead of like waking up at 7 a day, you had to wake up at 6, basically, right?
Well, and that was on Saturday and a
Sunday.
Sunday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That
So
sucks.
if you and I think it changes like at two. So like basically went from 2 to 3.
And like so it went from like in
And
like rather than going
yeah,
from like 1 to 2, it went from like 1 to 3 or some shit.
yep, I think so.
Yeah. Ah, that sucks. It's a
It
mind
is.
fuck.
AJ is saying it
Yeah.
really is, bro. It's like I don't know, but whatever. I'm not a farmer. I'm sure someone it might affect someone down the road, but I don't know if we're stuck in those times anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm trying to think of. There was Chuck Norris. There was the as seen on TV thing. Oh, you know what, Doug? You know what I could actually pull up. There was something that I know you wanted me to share. I can go ahead and
Yeah, if
share
we
that.
got time. If not, don't worry. One thing I seen too, because it was just kind of show related, was ChatGPT is a lot, kind of a lot of things. It's been going on, and I usually like to get my cheese man from like TMZ and stuff. So I saw on TMZ, ex NFLer Darren Lee.
Yeah.
They're saying that somehow he used ChatGPT for like to try to cover up or help him with I guess it was his girlfriend who died. And so I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So like is ChatGPT like an accomplice now? Because I remember a while back they were talking about somebody who was a kid or something was using like ChatGPT to like, hey, how do I unalive myself, right? And now this guy and like he was asking all kinds of like weird questions like, hey, if somebody falls, can they like stab their eyes? Because somehow she got injured in a way that he was trying to help cover it up. And so now there was an article on TMZ about like, this guy, they pulled up the history or whatever and saw that, basically there's information there that he was asking questions, particularly around death and like, how
Yeah.
can you cover this up or how can I use this to make it seem like I'm not guilty?
He's
And
a
obviously,
hypodermically speaking. How could you cover? Like, no, I'm just like,
bro, that's
dog,
so crazy, dude.
people are so. I mean, I guess it's good that they're dumb because they get caught, but it's all, dog. I was watching like a Dateline or a 2020 one time where they were talking about this dude was like researching some shit like that. He was like a dentist, right? And he was doing it in his like practice, but in like a different office that he's never in like office 2 or some shit. And some lady had got there because she like forgot her purse or some shit. So she went back to the office and she was like, I thought it was a little odd that like Dr. Tooth was in office 2 when he's always in his office. Why would he be on the office 2 computer? They looked at that shit and he was like, how do you get away with death or some shit? And I'm like, dog, people are just that fucking stupid. Like you're gonna use, oh, dog, just I don't know, dog.
Listen to what he said. Don't know what to do right now. Fiance did her crazy thing again, and now she's messed up. I wake up and she has 2 swollen eyes. I didn't do anything. Self-inflicted. She stabbed herself, slit her eye, question mark. I don't know, but she isn't waking up or responding. What do I do? Like, why would you type that into ChatGPT, bro?
Dog.
Like, what do you think's gonna like? Why didn't you pick up the phone if you know what I mean? Oh, you'd be calling an emergency like the 911 or something, right?
Yeah,
And then
right. You
and
dog,
then
ChatGPT is the furthest thing from your mind when you're panicking if something's really happening, right? You're like, oh shit, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Oh my god, help! Right? You're just like,
you know how it prompts you back. So here's what the first thing that ChatGPT said. Here's what to say without framing it as police trouble, and then give him a bunch of stuff like bro, like just do not. I mean, technology is good, and like
dog.
Kavino said, someone will find a bad way to use it for bad,
Yeah.
and here you go, right?
Do you think? Okay, this is dumb. I know, but could you imagine, dog, if they had like ChatGPT on like trial? Like, dog, as like an expert witness, dog, they have like a laptop up there, right? So say this dude is sitting right, dog, and he's sitting right there in his suit, and he's just mad dogging the computer, and they're like asking it, in your expert opinion, do you think he was asking you these things to cover it up? And then, dog, ChatGPT responds, do. Dog, it's like generating, right? You know, they'd probably pay the $20 for like the version that's like all fast, right? Download this document if you'd like. You're like, oh shit, convert it to a PDF from a Word file. I'm just saying, dog, I heard people do that. And then, dog, so can you imagine that? It'd be like, do. And, dog, can you imagine him just mad dogging? Dog, getting up, trying to jump the little barricade, dog, to go after the computer, and they have to hold him back, dog. Oh man, this is a whole thing, dog. I was like jumping over, like they're like, hold him back, dog. Oh,
I'm picturing like Family Guy or Simpsons, the Kool-Aid guy,
yeah,
oh yeah, but it's like a computer with legs, and like,
yeah.
he did it.
Oh, dog.
Hey Lisa, I tripped me out too. I was just like, first of all, obviously, I don't know how guilty or that could sound, but I'm no Dexter here either, but like, why would anything you type on a computer, whether it's on secret mode or anything, it's somewhere. Like, if somebody wants it, they're gonna find it. Let alone it's like a freaky deaky stuff, but murdering or killing stuff, like, bro,
Yeah,
like you're chalked. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah,
poor
yeah.
girl's obviously lost her life, and this idiot is, like you said, good for the world that he's dumb enough to actually do that, because now there it won't be very hard to make sure he's guilty and stuff. But
I trip out,
terrible,
dog. I think
terrible.
about like what, like say 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 15 years from now. You know how we have like all these like documentaries about like 10 years ago where this or that happened, or this serial killer or whatever. Dog, I want to know like right now with today's technology, because you almost feel like people can't get away with shit with all the cameras everywhere, right? And everything. I'm like, but there has to be people walking around today that be racking up them kills. You know what I'm saying, dog? So I'm like, what I want to see in 10 years from now or whatever, where there's a documentary where like, oh, they just, unplugged everybody's Wi-Fi from in the neighborhood or some shit, dog, or during the Palisade fires or whatever the hell they were in California, where maybe they threw some people in there that they didn't like or some shit. I'm just like, there has to be something that's going on this very minute that we're going to find out years from now what's going on. And I'm like, damn, we thought that it was impossible, but because there's a lot of people, dog, that are like, they're crazy and they're smart and they're crazy smart. You know what I'm saying? So like, they might think of shit that we haven't even thought of where they can get away with, 10, 15, 7 murders. I don't know, dog. I don't know how many it takes to be called a serial killer, but I'm like, I feel like there's going to be a documentary in a few years where we're going to be like, oh, dang, I was watching Love is Blind season 10. I didn't even know that, that Brittany was one of them doing, this killing and shit while she was on TV or some shit. I don't know.
Even with technology, bro, and videos, they can't even find that old lady still, you know what I mean? So there's still a way, you know what I mean? But I know Kavina was talking about
What
today.
what was
Like,
the video? I'll play the video. I got
oh
that queued
yeah,
up.
it was just a recap. Yeah, if you got it, I was, just wanted to talk about. I know last weekend I had my Slipknot background. I was talking about. There was two quick ones. Just wanted to share a little insight from me and brag a little bit. Yeah, I went to go see a Nirvana tribute band. That was pretty cool. So it was like a little 10-second Nirvana clip, and then I went to go see Nine Inch Nails. I think they talked about it, and it was so badass, bro. It was like such a DJ, like boom, boom, and laser and lights vibe. And before I went to the show, I know who Nine Inch Nails. I like them. I didn't realize they've been around for so long, bro. But the crowd was like crazy, like age gap, like
Yeah.
kids to like. I mean, I'm talking
Get
about
holes
like
with the
old
big old
people.
white beards and
Yeah,
shit.
bro, with canes and like
Yeah.
still rocking down, and it was badass, bro. And it was such a good time. And the way they had the stage was like three different stages, and they were kind of running back and forth, and the lights and the sound, pretty epic. So I just wanted to share that and brag a little bit.
What I wanted to,
But
what I noticed first, I haven't watched the video yet that you sent me that I'm gonna play, but the first thing I noticed is the dude that's being Kurt Cobain is actually he actually has a left-handed guitar. So I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
they're from Vegas. They're called Nevermind. I found them when I moved here, and they play all over Vegas. They're kind of big, and I mean everyone dresses the part. They do the part. I missed the end. He breaks up guitar at the end of the set every time, and like he is lefty, and like he does a lot of the same mannerisms.
yeah.
Some songs he hits some really good, and some are whatever. I mean, it's a tribute band, whatever. But yeah, bro, even that, even the little details. I mean, you can see his gear. He dresses up and plays the part.
Well,
So
I'm
it was
gonna go
pretty
ahead and go
badass.
to this clip that you went ahead and sent me,
Sure.
and let's go ahead and check this bad boy out. Dog, and it looks like you're hella up close right there.
Yeah, I usually like to sit at like well that one I actually since I follow them on Facebook and I know them for I don't know them but I follow them I'm on their little
Oh,
like
get going. I
group
know them, dog.
I'm in their little group chat thing so they send out like a thing out saying anyone who wants free tickets just hit us up. So I just sent them an email or replied back to their thing and said hey I'm interested and so it was general admission which is the floor.
First come, first
A-
serve. Yeah.
Anytime I go to any show, bro, like especially like a rock show, I've done it where I sit in the seats. You just can't get down, bro. You know what I mean? Like you're in a sea and there's people there, and like if you want to rock out, you're the only weirdo there, or
Yeah, yeah.
And so and there's nothing like being on the ground on a pit, and like trust me, I've been to like hella crazy shows. I'm like even on the pit, I'm in the back because like this is a little too much where I'm gonna get sucked into the pit, or like I'm old school. If I won't be 37 this week, like my leg hurts, I don't want to get socked anymore. Like I'm
Yeah.
not into moshing anymore, but you gotta be on the ground, bro. Like it's a whole nother vibe.
It is 100%, dog. And you know, it's crazy because I've been to shows where dog, I'm up and I'm fucking, rocking out, dancing, whatever the fuck. And there's people that are around you that are kind of looking at you funny, and you're like, bitch, I'm the one having the good ass time. Like, if I buy a concert ticket that has, an assigned seat, I'm barely gonna use that seat, dog. It might be hour 4 where I'm like, all right, dog, let me sit down for 2 minutes. I'm fucking fat, right? But other than that, dog, I'm standing like the entire time and I'm fucking vibing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's cool, dog. I'm glad you had a good time at that, and that they're your homies. Got to get them on the podcast. Um, yeah, no, but that really is that's super cool, and I love live music, dog. I am a sucker for live music, and it just always
You have time to play the other one? That was so
oh,
sick,
I
bro.
thought,
Even the
dog,
way that's two different ones. The second one was Nine Inch Nails, and it was like the intro to one of their
I
closer
don't even
to
think I have the
closer.
second one.
And dude, bro, the lights are so badass. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. Okay, damn it, I only saw that Nirvana
You're
one.
good.
Um,
But also either one, they're both badass, and just excited. I'm a music guy, so
I know, Doug. I know. We don't have a whole lot of time left, so I wanted to talk about something, Doug. That's straight up. It was a conversation that the hell.
Alexa, turn Daniel's lights on.
Alexa, turn on the studio lights. What the hell
Ah,
happened? I think my
El
daughter turned them
cucuy.
off, dog, because I heard the other Alexa fucking talking. Yeah, dog. I thought the power went out, but then yeah, I saw you still moving. I'm like, wait, no, he's here. Okay, but no, what I wanted to talk about, dog. This became a conversation, a topic of conversation throughout my office because I didn't know, dog. It's like when you live with somebody and you don't really know, when they brush their teeth or if they take their clothes and put it in the washer or do they throw it to the side of the bed, right? You learn all those things when you live with somebody. So one of the I think the coolest things that was a topic of conversation, I forgot who actually started it, but it was how many days a month do you go without spending any money? A dollar, a bill, anything, dog. Like as far as like you're not paying a bill, you're not picking up a fucking thirst buster, you're not getting some peanuts. And dog, my office was so divided with half the month I'm not spending a dollar. Half the month, or other people saying, fuck that, every day I'm spending something, right? And Doug, I just wanted to get your take because for me, Dog, yeah, Andrew Fournier says 1 to 2 days a month, maybe, that he doesn't spend a dollar. I would say, dog, that is maybe for me too. Maybe 1 to 2 days a month if I'm lucky. And dog, that may be because I went to my mom's house and I helped her with her yard, from 6 in the morning to 9 p.m. I didn't have a chance to spend a dollar, right? But other than that, dog, it's pretty much every day, which isn't like, I'm sure in that a lot of things, there's a lot of wasteful money, right? But I was tripping out on how, somebody was like, do you think, that the people that are saying that they don't spend any money like half the month are being honest? And I was like, yeah, the people I talk to, definitely you can tell like the way they budget and like they're very grown up about their bills and shit, I'm a little more like, fuck it, right? I could die tomorrow, right? Just live a little. That's sometimes, dog, that's how I live. So I just wanted to know which side of the fence are you on?
It, I have excuses and reasons for both, right? I've done it both ways, and before because I had to, bro. I was like, not anymore. This is a long time ago. Like living paycheck to paycheck. Like, hey, bro, I don't got no money for the next 2 weeks. Like, I gotta make this shit work. Like, you know what I mean? And budget around that. And now as a grown up, whatever, I can cheat because I have a business credit card. So I'm like, oh, this is for work. I gotta use it. But
Yeah.
right now I've been on a health kick, and if I meal prep, it can last me like a week, 5 to 7 days, and that's really where my expenses are going. I used to drink like Red Bull every day. I cut that out. So like I don't drink coffee. And I have a work truck, so I use fuel for that. But even then, if I had my car, when I drive my car, I'll top it off, and it'll last me the week, whatever. Then I'll fill it up. But I think I've gone. I don't really when I'm out traveling, because like I say, I manage different states. Like at that point, I'm SOL, bro. Like I'm out somewhere else. I'll get reimbursed and all that, or it'll be on the company. But I don't have a fridge or a pad or whatever. So if I forgot, I don't know, my toothbrush, something, I gotta go get one. You know what I mean? I don't have the luxury like I'm home, I'm kicking it. So I've gone anywhere from I can go a week probably if I really wanted to, but like you, I'm like, bro, I'm single. I work hard. Like, I mean, fuck that. I want ice cream food. You know what I mean? I want pizza,
I
dog.
love
Like,
it, dog.
I worked my ass off at the gym this week. Like, I'm gonna go get some chicken wing. Like, I earned this shit, and I worked hard for where I'm at now. Where like, I
Yeah.
want to live a little bit, but
No, and
a
that,
way to
what though?
chicken out.
And
But
the thing is too, dog, is that like I have the way I have it, like we used to do our bills so differently, my wife and I. Now it's like she pays everything as far as like I just throw money in our joint. She'll pay everything from there that whatever, like from like whatever. And then I have like my shit that I'm gonna spend, I don't know, the next couple of weeks or whatever, right? So I have money that will go to my lady for bills, for savings, for this is gonna pay off like this part of the credit card or whatever. And then I have the money that I have for me, until next payday or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that is like paycheck to paycheck if you have it to where money's going into savings and paying off credit cards, doing this and that or whatever. But I'm like, with that money, I'm like I said, like you said, I am gonna get ice cream, or I am gonna grab a freaking drink, or whatever the case is. Like the other day, dog, it's 7 in the morning. I'm taking my daughter to school because she's got to be there by like 7:15, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we have a dance today." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "We got to buy a ticket. It's like $5, dog." And I had cash in my bag, so I was like, "Fuck, all right." And then she's like, they're probably gonna have snacks and shit. I was like, fuck, here's $5 more. Dog, $10 before I had even got to work that I spent. And I'm just like, that counts as spending money, you know? And it's just like, it's cool to just say, like, okay, cool. But like, when I was, what it made me do is really kind of like, okay, where am I just blowing money, and where am I kind of like, is it necessity or whatever? And then I try to even kind of justify, like, well, if I'm buying like a liter of water, I mean, I have to buy two to get the deal. And I mean, you need to be hydrated, right? But yeah, dog, I don't know. I don't know.
Just to answer Magical Mexican, I have seen it. So right here at the local Swami, they have like every once in a while there's like a mariachi metal band that shows up and they play like Metallica and like I mean it sounds the same, bro. And they get down and it has like a little bit of a different twang because they're all like string instruments. But yeah, they get down, bro. That's just fun.
You know,
I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a Post Malone when they sing the congratulations song and they have that mariachi one. That shit gets me hyped. Like congratulations, mariachi. Like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
no,
So
there's a band. There is actually Magical Mexican. I don't know if he's been to this one, but there's a little swap meet out like going towards the border. And dog, there's a little swap meet, and they have this live band, dog. They kick ass. They have like a little stage made out of pallets, dog, and they get down. They have an accordion player. They have a drummer, a guitar player, a bass player, like all the standard things with a couple of Mexican instruments in there, like it's funny because the accordion could be either polka or Mexican, right? But you can go
right.
white as hell or Mexican as hell. But nah, some of those bands do get down. There's another swap meet, Doug. That's a little further. I guess it would be east. That like maybe like 10 minutes away. They have live bands at that swap meet. So yeah, Doug. It's funny because when he said that, I didn't even think about it. Some swap meets, Doug, have live music and they get down.
Hey, Lisa, I think I was 20 years old when I realized that money didn't grow on trees. And then I'm pretty sure everyone tried to tell me then that they didn't, but I didn't realize it till then. But yeah, once I figured out that you can't, if it ain't coming in, you shouldn't be spending it.
Yeah.
It definitely taught me how to manage a budget. And those are the kind of things that, man, I don't think they taught me that in school or I was off doing things I wasn't doing. But they don't definitely teach that nowadays. I'm like, why don't we teach that?
That's the kind of
Taxes,
shit. Yeah.
investing, budgeting, like sh things that we're gonna actually need when you get to be adults because they do not set us up for success anymore. I mean, I don't have any kids, thank God, but I mean, for my niece and stuff, I hear some of the stuff like why don't they teach you that shit?
Yeah.
You will need it, right? But
I
I know
remember
we need to
I
wrap it
told
up.
my daughter one day, dog, because she had just gotten like $5 or whatever, and she wanted to go like to Walmart or something. And I go, hey, that's how people become poor. As soon as they get money, they spend it. I'm like, so do you need this shit? Dog, coming from the guy that spends fucking every day, I just told you I spend money. But still, I'm like, do as I say, not as I do, you know? But Doug, I know we got to wrap it up, but before we go, this is our last show with Luis Cortez Jr. Before his birthday. So I want to go
Yeah.
ahead and say happy birthday to Luis Cortez Jr. And appreciate you, Doug, just coming up and helping out, over the last like out of 20 episodes now, 30 episodes. I don't know, Doug. It's been a lot. So I really appreciate you, Doug, and you definitely bring a vibe. My buddy Luis was telling me over the weekend, he's like, Doug, he's like, the show is very much the after show, but later with Luis, it's just it's like you've gone through different transitions of the after show, different eras of the after show. He's like, and I really feel like it's a good vibe. You guys have good chemistry, so I appreciate you, man, every week making time to do this. And I just wanted to tell you happy birthday, dog.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, next time you guys see me, I'll be another year wiser. I'll be 37, bro. That's fucking crazy. I remember when I was growing up, I'm like, I just want to make it to 21.
Yeah,
And now I'm like, fuck, bro, like my leg hurts. And I never used to give a shit. And like, everything I ate and consumed, illegal stuff and bad stuff, like I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because I was like, what's it gonna matter? You know what I mean? And now
yeah.
it's like, take care of yourself. Your body's a temple,
Health is wealth,
spiritually,
baby.
mentally, health is wealth. Thank you. Thanks for having me, brother. Yeah, and next Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day. So I got a little swag today. I have my little outfit for sure next week. So make sure you guys wear green, put your tantarans on so you don't get pinched at work.
Oh
But thanks
yeah.
for having me, brother. Yeah, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate all you guys as well. Joining live. You guys make it so much more fun than us just right here. And deciding to do it live is so much more pressure, but so much more fun at the same time. So we always appreciate you guys joining us live. And yeah, for your boys D, Luis Cortez Jr., it's the after show, but later, Luis Cortez, do you want to go ahead and tell them? We'll see them in the next episode. It's your birthday, dog. Go ahead and tell them.
We'll see you guys on the next episode next Tuesday. Come get us at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. Fuck Arizona time. Let's go.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.